No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we have an icon of the culture, somebody I'm very, very excited to have a conversation with, the one and only Dogface. How you doing, man?
How's it going?
Excellent. Very, very nice to have you in here.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
It's kind of crazy because you're one person I can honestly say that as soon as I got TikTok, I think you were probably within the first 10 TikToks that they showed me. And this was maybe a year ago, maybe 6 months ago. And it definitely helped to shape my vision of what this app was, because I was like, wow, I've never seen a dude like this dancing like this. It was just, it was a little mind blowing. And it was one of the first things that TikTok showed me. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really look at the app a lot at this moment in my life. But I mean, that's definitely, it helped to color my impression of what this app was all about.
Yeah, exactly. Back when I started the app, when it was Musically, it was hard for me to get onto it because of that reason. You know what I mean?
So you've been on since the
No,
Musically
I haven't been
days.
on since Musically.
Okay,
That's what I said. It was since then when I was looking at it like, okay, man, this ain't for me. This is for my young one. She's doing it, having fun.
Right.
I'm jumping on a couple videos just for her and everything. But then when she left, came back, it transitioned into TikTok. And then that's when I was like looking at it, like you said. And then I seen some people my age doing videos and songs that I would do. And I was like, okay, maybe I can look at this and, start checking it out and seeing some people doing stuff that I actually do. You know what I mean? And
right.
I started looking at the sounds. And then I didn't realize that I could look up my own sounds. And then so then it caught my attention even more. And then I was like, right on, you know what I mean?
It's interesting because I feel like TikTok attracts a type of creator that might not have necessarily ever become a creator otherwise. Like when I think about back to like 2012 or 2013, when I first sort of started looking into the camera or doing podcasts or trying to make vlogs and stuff like that, it felt like this was such a sort of hurdle to get past. Like it was hard to talk on camera. It was hard for me to make content like that. But with TikTok, it feels like the vibe around it is very much so casual that somebody like you, who might have never thought like, oh, I'm going to set up a camera and make a vlog or whatever, was able to find a niche where you didn't have to necessarily, sit there and talk on camera or do like a script or anything like that. You could just very much express who you are in a different way.
Exactly, yeah. You know what I mean? Like with doing dances, not only dances, they have skits, they have trends you can follow. You know what I mean? It's an app that basically self teaches itself. You know what I mean? And then the editing and everything like that, you can. It's easy once you get a hold of it, you know what I mean? And once you get the hang of it and everything.
Right. So what was your internet usage primarily before TikTok came around? Had you ever tried to get on YouTube, or had you ever really filmed yourself?
I had YouTube, and I did myself a little rap thing back in the day, you know what I mean?
Oh, so you had a little rap career?
Yeah, not a rap career. It was I had a cousin, his name was Redbone is what he called himself.
Redbone.
He was doing shows and everything in Boise and everything like that, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we can start something like that, So I started doing a little rap and everything, but then nothing really came off. I was like, okay, well, it was basically just simple stuff, rapping about weed and stuff like that or anything.
Right.
But other than YouTube or anything like that, it was Facebook. But then, like I said, Facebook wasn't really nothing. I tried to catch on with IG. I figured in my eyes, IG was a easy way to get out there, easy way to go viral.
Right.
I didn't think TikTok, I didn't think I'd get viral on TikTok. I figured it would happen on IG before that. And then my TikTok blew up after that. It took a minute, but my IG blew up finally after the TikTok.
Right.
And Fools Gone Wild is thanks to them for that too. JBN Visuals, they helped out with editing videos and just throwing them out there to the public. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how I got seen. Ever since then, that's when my IG started building up. But yeah, it was mainly IG and Facebook.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So then the TikTok algorithm was the TikTok algorithm a big part of it though? Like you just had random shit blowing up on there?
Yeah, basically, because on the For You page, I'd see something pop up, and then everybody be doing it. So I do a little quick trend, put that video on, and then I do my thing, an 80s song or New Kids on the Block, something like that, you know what I mean? Or anything, that I would like, and I'd mix it up just like that. I do something new that they were doing, then I do me. And then somehow I'd get both audiences looking at once, I guess. And I don't know how the algorithm rolls.
Right.
Everybody throws their own things on how it goes on TikTok and everything, but what works for you is what you see works, I guess, and that's what was working for me.
What would you describe as your motivation, though? Were you thinking like, hey, it would be dope to be famous? Were you thinking like, if I do this, maybe I could quit my job?
No,
like that didn't even cross your mind?
No, the whole thing with me doing it, like I said, when I got my first viral video in 2019, I think it was when I started TikTok, and like I said, it was just with the get up dance, and I did that dance, and to me, it was just something I could do. And then after doing it, seeing the comments and everything, everybody like, yo, that brought me to a smile, you know. I was in tears a couple days, you know, made me smile, you know, or you got such positive outlook on life, or, you know, how are you doing something like this? Like you said, dressed this way, you know, looking like I do, dancing to, you know, stuff, you know, just moving or anything in general. And just seeing the like what I got from the fans and everything, and everybody just commenting back and everything, that also helped me, you know, get out there and do it again. And then I mainly did it on breaks and everything too at work. So then I would do that like basically to pass time, you know what I mean?
Right.
I just go out, do a little dance or something real quick, get back in, go back to work, come back out, do it again. And yeah, like I said, I loved when I came back out, and then I'd see the views, see the whatever, see the comments. I'd have views, or regular people would comment. You know, I have my regulars, I have new people as well. Like I said, it was just crazy, just all around.
Do you have any kind of formal dance training?
No, and that's the funny thing. Everybody always asks me, where do you train at? Have you ever done it? Will you train?
Because now you're actually on the radar of the dance community, like people who give a fuck about dancing, which is interesting. I don't know that many of those people, but I mean,
it's
they're
funny
out
because
there.
if somebody's like, man, I'll outdance him any day, and I'm like, I know you will. You know what I mean? Because I can move and I can groove, but that's to my own little thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't got no steps, no 1, 2, 3s or nothing like that.
Have you thought about getting into that? Are you looking up tutorials about how to do all kinds of different dances and stuff?
I can do all kinds of dances, you know, without training. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I mimic dances. That's what I do. That's what I've always done since I was little. That's how I taught myself, you know, was mimicking Michael Jackson, you know, stuff like that, just growing up, just doing it for fun, you know what I mean, though. Nothing serious, you know, and then I guess I caught rhythm with it because, you know, here I am now, and people say I can dance.
Have they hit you up about being on Dancing with the Stars?
We're trying to get that out. That would be so
it's
dope.
already
like
out
I
there?
said,
Okay.
yeah. So let's hope somebody catches that, you know what I mean? Let's throw it out there again, you know, until somebody catches it, you know, because that would be awesome. Because people, like I said, they don't think I can dance different varieties and styles or whatever, but I'm down for anything, you know what I mean? I can shake and bake. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
They got all kinds of different people on there. I seen that they had one of these dudes who got kicked out of Trump's organization. They had him dancing on there and stuff. So it's like, you know, I think that they're willing to be a little bit open-minded about who exactly the stars are.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Or maybe you'd be dancing with a star. Like they could pair you
that'd
up
be
with
cool
somebody.
too, you know what I mean? Either way.
Yeah,
we can make it work.
Who would be your like preferred celebrity that you would want to dance with when you think about who the stars that they might?
Oh, if they threw a star on there with me, I'd go for Demi Lovato right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right now, that'd be dope.
That'd be really big. That'd be very
she'd be
big.
like, on what time and when? Yeah, right.
Food's Gone Wild would have a good time with that.
Oh heck yeah! Right on. That'd be what's up.
That'd be a movie. Has there ever been a part of you that felt like you were a little bit like people were being like unintentionally misled? Because for some reason so many people seem to have like seen your videos and just thought that you were some super gangster dude who was just so happening to be dancing, but then once you actually start speaking to you, it becomes kind of clear like, oh, this dude is more of like a chill normal guy. He's not like some fucking crazy gangbanger type dude, right?
Yeah, I get that all the time everywhere I go. You from LA, you from, you know, I mean, New York, you from somewhere, but mostly LA based is where they think I'm from and whatever.
Right.
You know, I'm a native Mexican. They all think I'm full Chicano and everything. I have native side, you know, and that's kind of like, I'm not gonna say that's what brings in the mix, but you know what I mean? I was born in Idaho, born and raised, you know, native side and my Mexican side. I represent Chicano living, you know, native living as well, res life, all the ways, you know, and I didn't grow up on the res, nothing like that. You know, I got family on the reses. I grew up near the Shoshone res, and you know what I mean? It's just, I get love now everywhere, you know, and it's just, it's funny seeing and hearing that because everybody always just perceives me as something until they talk to me and see me, you know what I mean?
That's really interesting. So you talk about the reservations out there, like those are their own little worlds.
Exactly.
Like in your place where you live, which we don't really have here, but like, so the different reservations are kind of like their own little empires within the state.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because like it's, you know, people don't realize they're still there, but yeah, they're still there. Like you said, they're out everywhere on their own, or on their own res.
Right.
You know, in their own states and everything like that. But most res people usually stay in their res. You know what I mean? Is how it usually is. there is city natives and everything like that. I'm a city native myself.
Right.
You know, but yeah, we're all just, it's crazy on the res, you know, like you said, it's
that's what I'm thinking. Like, are the reservations like the equivalent of like the projects? Like,
I'm gonna say, yeah, in a way, you know, because it's rough, you know, and people just don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Either there,
right?
You know? Either or, you know.
Hell
it's
yeah.
just, it's life though, you know what I mean? It's like that everywhere though, you know what I mean? In certain places, you know, not in no suburban areas or nothing like that, but you know what I mean?
For sure. So tell me a little bit about Idaho, what it was like growing up there and what your upbringing was
chill,
like.
You know what I mean? Growing up in Idaho, just basically there's all races and everything, you know, there's no discrimination, anything like that. You know, I mean, you know, there's problems with everybody. You know, some people don't like certain people, you know, there's Mormons, there's a lot of people and everything. Well, not a lot, but we got 60,000 where I'm at. And, you know, to me, that was a lot growing up, and then realizing, you know, there's a whole new world out there and everything, you know. But yeah, everybody gets along pretty much, you know, and there's no segregation type thing, you know.
That's good to hear you say
chill
that.
with who you are, you know what I mean? Yeah, growing up, I had Mexican, black, and white friends, you know, and that's just how it is there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you go to what kind of kid would you describe yourself as being in high school and shit?
I was a class clown, I guess. You know,
Really?
I was always trying to make people laugh and shit. You know, just jumping around. I don't know. Yeah, basically class clown.
That's
interesting.
interesting.
What it was.
Hell yeah. Do you think that if you came up in this day and age that you would have gravitated towards making TikToks and videos and that kind of shit early on, and that you just kind of weren't able to do that because you were born a little bit too early?
I don't know, because I'm gonna say yeah, because in the 80s, I was doing this, you know what I mean? When I was growing up, I was mimicking and stuff I was doing everything but without a camera in my face, you know what I mean? I don't know how many people did that growing up in the 80s like me, you know, but I see a lot of people putting videos on TikTok when they're like, this is what we were doing, you know, back in the day, way before TikTok. We were just prepping for now, you know?
Right.
And that's what I see, you know, because me and my family, everybody, we'd all just line up, do little skits or whatever, you know, of TV shows, or, you know, we'd sing, you know, we'd do TikTok, but without the camera.
Right.
And then now it's an app and it's there, you know, it's crazy. It's just, I don't know. Most of us growing up in the 80s should be pros at this right here on TikTok. We should all just be conquering it right now because we've all done it before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense to me. It is kind of crazy how popular dancing has become in our culture at this point, because, you know, I have some homies who I guess, you know, are kind of like associated with gangs, or they've like, you know, basically telling me that at a certain point in their lives when they were young, they danced, and then as they like entered their teenage years and stuff, they started to think that dancing wasn't cool.
Oh, yeah.
So they fell back on that, and then they become rappers or whatever, and so they don't think dancing is cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the past couple of years, these same dudes are like, fuck it, man. Like, I've always been able to dance. I always kind of wanted to, but didn't feel comfortable, or thought that people would look at me weird about it. And it's interesting to see that kind of disappearing.
Yeah. That's how I grew up, you know what I mean? It was just always, like you said, dancing and whatever, trying to make people laugh and everything. But then I'd be bald head, you know, tatted up to as much as what I have, you know, and whatever, white tee, Dickies all the time. Everybody would see me and they'd picture me, like you said, as one thing, and then I just never hold up a wall at a dance floor or at a dance club or anything.
Right.
I'd be on the floor and they'd be like, what the heck, you know, why is he out here dancing? You know, he should be over there acting tough, you know, holding the wall up and everything. And I'm like, man, I came here to have fun, you know.
Right.
I don't care what people say, what they think. I'm gonna be dancing. And sometimes I'd get on the floor, there'd be me or just, you know, me and one other person. But then after they see me get loose and everything, it was just insane how many people would just gravitate.
Right.
And then they'd just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then just get hype, and it'd be crazy, man. They'd just get crazy in the club.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird how you seem to have been so like unanimously well received by the crowd. Like when you think about like Food's Gone Wild, because your name has come up on the podcast a bunch of times with a bunch of different Mexican artists and stuff over the past couple of weeks, and everybody enthusiastically seems to just be a big fan. And it seems like, I think a part of what they appreciate about you is the fact that you make it clear that like the average person that you see with a Chicano look or whatever is not just one type of person. You can be fun, a fun-loving person, a silly person, a person that dances and has fun and stuff. And I think that a lot of people, like, there was a real need. I think that your content really like hit on a need for representation of the fact that Mexican people or Chicano people are not all the same type of person.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
wanted to see like somebody who is a little bit different in that regard.
Yeah, I got a
right?
couple videos of people actually saying something like that. You know, they're like, well, thank you for, you know, stepping up and putting yourself out there and not giving a fuck to where, you know, the Chicano people can be more approachable to other races and not like, you know, not be put in the background no more. You know, people thinking we're all, like you said, just hardcore thugs out there trying to, you know, just, you know what I mean? Just be out there and just have fun. You know, there's other people, you know, we're just like everybody else. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like during the Trump presidency that you like are you somebody who's able to look at somebody who supported Trump and feel as if they like do you immediately take Trump support as meaning that they really don't fuck with your people? Do you take it that way? Because it feels like a lot of people want to take it that way.
That's why I say political game or whatever, the political gang side of everything is more rough than the streets and everything. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I believe the streets got the streets, you know, more than the government does. You know what I mean? And I think they're the biggest gang out there. You know, this government, and they're just more. I don't know. I can't say skilled at it because, well, they're just more. I don't know. They're the biggest gang out there, you know what I mean? And yeah, we're just out here trying to be us and just trying to maintain, you know what I mean? And just do us and everything. And people who say that they're Trump supporters and whatever, to me, that doesn't necessarily mean you're racist or whatever because, you know, I don't know. They all have their own different beliefs and everything in it. But if they, you can see it in someone's eyes, you know what I mean?
Right.
If they like you, if they fuck with your race or not, you know, if they're with Trump for that reason or if they're not, you know what I mean? I guess that's the way I look at it. You know, you can tell by somebody's personality and their judgment and the way they look at you if and who they are inside. You know what I mean?
It feels like everybody. It's kind of like everyone has to be very political in this day and age.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're kind of pushed to be out here making statements about political issues, or are you someone
they
who's
try to, and I always tell them, you know what, just leave me out of it. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's like it's all on personal opinion, you know, and what one person says can trickle off to other people and everything, but you know, either way, you're gonna vote for who you want and everything, and just because you say you're gonna vote for somebody else or anything, either or, it shouldn't, you know, like you said, just because if you're for Trump or if you're not, or if you were with Biden or whoever it is, you know what I mean, you shouldn't be judged by that because, you know what I mean, basically everybody that says you're for Trump, you're a racist, you know what I mean, and it's just right off the bat, you're a racist. You don't mess with Mexicans, this and that. I know some people, obviously being in Idaho, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are for Trump and everything, but they're Mexican. They love Mexican. They love all races, you know what I mean? But, you know, they never said anything to me about it, you know? They're like, no, I'm Trump, get away from me, you know, and stuff like that, you know? They don't say it to me either, you know? Like, I don't know. That's why I say it's different in bigger cities, I guess, too, because, yeah, it's just the political game, you know what I mean?
out here?
Insane.
It would be tough to be an open Trump supporter in a lot of parts of LA. Like I was thinking about that when I was walking around in my neighborhood the other day. I'm like, you know, there's a good amount of Biden signs out here. I don't see any Trump signs, but I bet a huge percentage of the people out here voted for Trump. They just don't got the sign in their front yard, you know?
Yeah, I bet. There's a lot of them hiding that did or whatever, but yeah. It's like I said, I just try to stay out of it, you know?
Oh, this just randomly popped into my head, but have you thought about reviving the rap career now that you sort of have this attention on you? Like, we've seen that over the years. A lot of YouTubers who don't rap get into it.
There's so many YouTubers right now that don't even rap, got songs out, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, it's just a why not, or, you know, why shouldn't I, or whatever, you know?
Right.
It's, I don't know. I'm having fun with what I'm doing right now, you know, and everything. And it's been thrown out there that I should make a little single or something, just try to, you know, just get something out there to see if it hits or anything. But even not, like I always did it just for jokes and just for playing and everything, you know. So
yeah,
who knows? Maybe, you know, but that'd be fun.
There's a lot of artists out there right now who are probably looking for the Dogface collab for sure.
There's two Dogface songs out there right now.
Right, but new songs?
Yeah, brand new to actually have my name, have juice, and
I
have
didn't even realize
skating
that.
and vibing and
oh shit! So that's just happened very recently.
I've done one, not a video, but I did a video with Fat Sal's.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
Fat Sal's.
The guy that
amazing place.
They made a song for me, Dogface, in like 6 hours. It's pretty nice. It's pretty dope. You know what I mean? And we did the video for the Fat Sal's little commercial. And it's on there, and I'm not sure what they're doing with the song, but yeah,
wow,
it's
I gotta
out
check
there.
that out.
Then I just did one today where they made a song that I had to do for a little commercial for, I can't even remember who it was for now. Damn.
Too many
Dirt
brand
Dog,
deals.
my bad. Yeah. Dirt Dog. And yeah, Dirty Dog or whatever. And yeah, we was over there and they made a song too. And it's called Dogface. And then they were saying Dogface and skating and vibing and, you know.
Right.
So like I said, it's out there. Then people are out there doing some right now. So yeah.
Definitely.
But that'd be cool to maybe get something out there, you know? Who knows?
Yeah, we got to at least get you on a hook or something. You sing or you just purely rap?
Oh, I'm with, you know, the vibe of everything, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, trying to basically like get into some vocals or something like that, but I ain't got no singing voice, but yeah.
Who are your favorite rappers? Like this being a rap podcast, we want to know like who's Dogface's most listened to rappers of all time and in recent memory. Like who are you really fucking with?
All time DMX.
Ooh.
Growing up, that's my favorite.
Respect.
All his albums, you know.
You're
what
such
I mean?
a chill guy, and he's such an angry, gruff
and
type
I
of guy.
listened to him all the time, just back in the day, you know what I mean? And I'd be
Right.
chill, listening to his rough, you know? And yeah, it would just get me hype in my own way. And yeah, I just get out and have a good day after that, you know what I mean? And
Right.
his prayers, his gospels, everything,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why I loved him, you know, growing up and everything like that.
That's dope.
Method Man, Redman, you know,
Oh, yeah.
everything, all the greats, you know, from growing up in the back.
Right.
To people nowadays and everything, N7 and P-Wop, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
No, who's
they're
that?
new from Oklahoma, I believe.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, my daughter introduced me to them. Just came across their song once, and I was hooked ever since then.
Oh, I gotta check that
So
out.
yeah, I like their sound. I like everything they got going. It's a Mexican and a black rapper as well, I believe.
Okay.
So they got the mix going in there as well, bringing it back. You know,
That's dope.
black and brown together.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, just a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? Just bouncing around. I can go back to Milli Vanilli days. You know.
Oh, you're a Milli Vanilli
I
fan.
can go
That's
to
dope.
Color Me Bad. You know, that's my sexual healing days. You know.
Dude, Milli Vanilli got a really bad rap when you think about it
They did,
because
then, yeah.
what they did was not really that different than what a lot of people do
And,
nowadays,
yeah, and
right?
that's how basically I lip sync songs,
Yeah,
you
sure,
know,
right?
from
Yeah.
people's other things. You know, that's kind of what got me here.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, shouts out to Milli Vanilli. You know what I mean?
They had to, you know, it's tough being the first person through the wall. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
a lot of people
exactly.
were in the dark about the sort of shady techniques of the music industry and stuff. Oh, I don't think, is there anybody out there who's really got like a stand-in singer for them? I would be kind of amazed if I found out that, like, you know, Taylor Swift actually has
Right.
like a ghost Taylor Swift that's
Right.
recording for her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That'd be
don't know.
insane.
Was it crazy meeting Be Real and doing his podcast
That
and
was
stuff? I'm sure you
insane.
definitely listened to some Cypress Hill in your
Oh
day,
yeah,
right?
growing up, you know what I mean. My brother introduced me to them, Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill was one of the first songs that I listened to while I was getting baked for the first time. So yeah, you know, that was insane. Just sitting next to him and just talking to him and everything, and you know, it
Yeah.
was just crazy. I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, my brother's turning over in his grave right now, just watching us right here. You know, that was insane.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
No, yeah. Like Cypress Hill really made me want to smoke weed as a kid before I really had any clue about weed. Like
Right.
it really like pushed me in the direction of wanting to figure out what the fuck was going on with weed.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna smoke it.
Definitely. Because I was like 10, just like hearing them talk about weed, like it was the most
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing ever. So whenever anybody tells me that like rappers can't influence young people and shit like that, I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know
Well,
about
Thugs and
that.
Harmony all day. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Smoking, listening to all their songs just from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Just getting baked from beginning to end. You know, and each song is 5 minutes back in the day,
Hmm.
5 to 6 minutes, and then yeah, it was just crazy. Black light on, sitting there with your cousins and everybody just blazing and just talking, or just
Yeah.
having Bone Thugs in the background.
No,
just
the
crazy.
first time you smoke weed, you definitely need a blacklight poster on the wall for sure.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Otherwise, it doesn't count. So, how long has weed been a part of your life, and what is your daily weed intake like?
Like Busy Bone says, I always like to say this, on the realest level, I've been smoking since like 11 to 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I started smoking when I was 11, and it wasn't constantly everything. Like, it wasn't heavy, I smoked with my brother. He got me high. We got in trouble here and there, from my mom and everybody smoking and stuff. I quit, did basketball. I didn't quit forever, but I was always smoking from 11 all the way up. But then when I got 15 to 16 is when I really started smoking basically daily in school, whatever, just going to school to go to sleep, because I'd get high and then I'd get tired and pass out in school, And then finally figured out school wasn't gonna work. So then, yeah, got my GED and everything. And yeah, so that's another story. But anyways, yeah, switched to concentrates when concentrates came.
Really?
But I always need flour no matter what.
Right.
And I'm joints over blunts, you know.
What are you getting out of, like, why do you need concentrates and flour? Like, what is it that you're getting
because
from
I like
each? That's
getting
interesting.
dumb when I smoke, and people don't understand it. Because like I see people like straight up, they're like, "Oh, I'll take a dab and I'll be good," you know. And I'll take a dab and I'll be good too. But I just need to, like I said, I need to get dumb. I'll take 2 or 4 dabs in the morning at least, you know, real big, thick ones, you know.
Before work and shit.
Oh yeah, before work,
wow,
before
that's amazing.
anything, and then on the way to work, I'll be smoking a bowl, you know, or whatever, you know, or before whatever. You know, I shouldn't even be saying that before work, but whatever. But yeah, that's once upon a time, but yeah, that's daily. You know what I mean? It's just everything, you know, and I just have to stay blazed 24/7. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know when I'm not high more than while I'm high. You know what I mean? I wake up baked, I go to sleep baked. It's just constant.
Yeah, totally. But that's, you know, you make a good point, because when I think about it, when I'm smoking a blunt to myself at night, it's like I get high to an extent, but if I were to take a dab on top of that, it definitely would take me to another level. And kind of like that, I really want to go to sleep level.
Yeah.
Like, this is really going to knock my ass out if I take
yeah.
a dab on top of the blunt.
Oh yeah, I get to points where I'll take 2, 3 dabs and I'll be like, okay, man, maybe I should stop smoking, man. I was like, man, I'll scare myself for a minute, you know. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm high to where I need to be.
Right.
Because then 2 minutes later after that, that's when I'm like, okay, I was just kidding.
Definitely.
Why am I telling myself I need to quit?
But so, do you have you toyed with the idea of quitting? Have you ever quit for a period of time?
I always tell myself, you know, I told my lady once too, because she don't smoke, she don't drink, she don't smoke cigarettes, nothing. She, you know, her whole life, you know.
Really?
And so yeah, she don't even like the smell of it. So, but then I like for the reason, you know, I don't smoke in front of her and everything, you know, but I do still smoke in the house or wherever, you know. But yeah, like I don't know, I'm just. What's the question again? See, I'm already.
Thinking about quitting.
Oh yeah, see, I can't. That stuff like that happens, you know.
Yeah, no,
I forget
I feel
about.
it, yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I need to go spark up a blunt. I'll be like, I'm gonna quit, and then I'll be like, oh no, I forgot about it. Yeah, that's the first time I did that on anything.
Wait,
yeah.
but how old are your kids?
15 and 12.
Okay, so you've always just smoked in the house and just kind of whatever?
Yeah, they lived with their mom their whole life or whatever growing up.
Okay.
They come with me on the holidays and summers.
Right.
Is when I had them. Just recently, last year or this year is when my oldest daughter decided to live with me. And then, like I said, I was bumming it, you know, before. That's mainly the reason why.
Right.
And now that I had my RV or whatever before that is when my oldest is like, yeah, I'll come stay with you.
Right.
And everything. So I was like, cool. So she stayed with me. My youngest one went back to her mom. The viral video hit. And then, yeah, me and my oldest, she's been here through everything. Got her, she's seen the house and everything, you know, she was with the whole mix of everything.
Right.
My youngest, we just barely got her in this I think it was last week or 2 weeks. So she just got here and now she's just enjoying the fruits of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this super, like everything that's happened to you over the past couple of months, is it super exciting for the kids? Like, is this really kind of changed their lives a lot too?
Yeah, you know, my youngest is just everywhere. She's like, people keep showing me pictures of you, the costumes, the everything, you know, people dressed up for you as Halloween, and I'm just like crazy. She's like, I can't get away from people just telling me everything, you know.
Right.
She's like, people are even messaging me because they want you to do a job and everything, and I'm like,
right.
Just don't text them back, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just crazy.
Like, it's got to be crazy growing up with rich or famous parents, but to have your dad be like a pretty normal guy for all these years, and then all of a sudden have this insane thing happen, it must be fucking really tough for them to wrap their head around.
Just instant, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's barely been 2 months and like a week or something like that.
Right.
But, and yeah, it's just crazy how they can, they seem like they like it, you know? They haven't said anything negative about it.
Definitely.
And yeah.
How could you not as a kid? Like, that's just got to be a fucking amazing situation to get into. Yeah. Has your life changed a lot just because of the financial aspect? Like, were you already doing all right financially from just working?
Like I said, I was always working. I worked my whole life ever since I was 14 and whatever. Financially, no, you know, I was paycheck to my paycheck that I got was already spent before I got it, you know. I'd rather buy bud, you know, before stuff like that, you know. I'd rather live in a tent in an RV, you know what I mean? So
and be high as hell.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole apartment thing, you know. Everybody always said, "Go get an apartment, go get an apartment." I'm like, no, because there's people here, they can smell what I'm doing, you know. And then so no, I'd rather be in a tent or my RV, or a trailer, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just never had enough for rent to get the whole deposit first month, whatever, because I was just always just spending my money on rent or whatever I had, rental space or whatever, you know? And so, yeah, like I said, I always had money, you know, just wasn't where I'm at now. You know? When I started getting the donations and then the work that was coming in, I started seeing it build. I was like, cool, I have enough for a down payment on a house. Got to talking to the people, the banks and everything. My credit is messed up. So then I was like, okay, well, forget that. And then they're like, well, do this and we can help you. Then I seen work and everything started building my funds more, you know? So I was like, okay, well, maybe now if I save for a little bit, I can just put something down on a trailer or something, you know? But then I surpassed the trailer mark. Then I was like, okay, well, maybe I could just save up for a house because it's actually looking like I can get enough for a house.
Right.
When I got enough for a house, I went house shopping and everything, put the house down payment and whatever, got the house. So now I'm back to where I was in the beginning.
Right.
But I got more work and everything. That's why I'm here now to try to get some more work going and everything. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this ball rolling as much as I can. You know, get some more merch going, different things. I'm just trying to get out there. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. So do you feel like you are so overwhelmed with opportunities and stuff that you're just good? Or do you feel like, no, now is the time, I gotta hustle, I gotta take every opportunity and make sure that I make all this shit happen in order to set up your future, really?
I see what you're saying, but I'm not taking every opportunity because I still gotta look out for myself and what I look like while I'm out there, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because there's some things out there that are like, would you do this real quick? And I'm like, no.
Like
that's
what?
Not, like, that's not
what's
me.
The really whack shit?
I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. You can't see me doing that. Hell no. I was like, no.
What's the worst stuff they've been trying to get you to do? They try to get you in a porno?
No,
it's not that bad.
No, somebody asked me straight up for OnlyFans and all that too, and then they're like, "Well, you need to ask your wife first." And I was like, "Man, I ain't even gonna bring that up in the context with her.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna ask her nothing." I was like, "No, not gonna happen."
Dude, the Dogface OnlyFans would go crazy.
That would be funny as hell, though, don't you think? I can't see me up there doing stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But wait, so you're committed to making things work with your girl? Like, you're not trying to move on and like, you know?
Oh, hell no.
A lot of people that get money and they decide like, fuck this, man. I'm out here.
You know what I mean? Like, we have a history, you know. Like, we started. I fell in love with her. To me, it was first love at first sight.
Right.
You know, or whatever. Because when I seen her in 2000, we were working in the same warehouse, and I was there from 2000 till 2013. You know, just constantly. But then, so I said, I taught myself how to speak Spanish from 2000 to 2007. You know what I mean? So that's where I learned Spanish. It was at the warehouse.
You taught yourself Spanish, why? Just to be able to communicate with more of the people there?
Yeah, to communicate with everybody.
Right.
And I knew she didn't speak English. I asked her out before she shot me down in 2000, you know? And then I asked her out again later on. I think it was in 2005. She shot me down again because I still didn't speak Spanish. She still didn't speak English, you know? Yeah.
And so was this a big part of your motivation to learn Spanish?
In a way, but not really the motivation, you know.
Bro, that is fucking real as hell.
Then, yeah.
You need to just lie to me right now and be like, no, I learned Spanish for her.
I learned it exactly for her.
Dudes are not out here learning a new language for a girl.
But you should see it because, yeah, I was like, yeah, you know, nobody believes everything we say. But then she has a card that I gave her in 2000 on Valentine's Day when I asked her out. I put on there, "My heart's for you forever." And then she showed it to me, like, fast forward to 2018. And then, or 2019, I can't remember what it was, but then, yeah, she showed me the card, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is the card, you know? And then she's like, oh, it is. I can't remember if it was or not. And I flipped it over, and then you can see the trademark, 2000. I was like, right there, look at it, 2000. She's like, oh, wow, it has the mark and everything. And then, yeah, so she still has that all the way to now, you know? So that's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and now she speaks, you know, English, half somewhat, and then I can speak somewhat fluent Spanish.
Really?
Everybody says I'm fluent, but I still don't think I am.
You don't consider you kind of higher standards for yourself?
Yeah, no, I don't see it. But I can carry on a conversation.
Can you watch like a Spanish movie and know what's going on?
Yeah, I can. I understand it though, you know, more than I speak.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. That's dope, man. I'm trying to be that kind of guy in a relationship. I want to be on the Dogface level. Like, baby, I'm gonna learn a language for you. You want me to learn Latin for you? I'm down.
That's what's up.
That's a beautiful thing, man. You think about having another kid now that you're blowing up like this? Fuck it, let's make another one, right?
Yeah, she wants to. She wants one or two more. I'm thinking
babies.
about it. You know what I mean? You know, obviously, you know, I've always wanted a boy. So who knows? Maybe. You know. Yeah.
After all the, like, with your kids being so grown now, because they're 12 and 15, you said?
And she has a 15-year-old as well. Right.
I mean, damn, that's got to be a crazy feeling. 'Cause
exactly.
I'm still like going through this for the first time. For the record, my kid took her first bath this morning, so we're like 2.5 weeks in.
Right on. That's what's up.
It's, yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like to be 12 years removed from this and how you would look back on it. Because my friends in here who have kids that are a couple years old are telling me, like, the newborn, the infant stage, you need to cherish every moment of this because you don't get this back. And even though sometimes it's a lot of work right now, you need to really like be present in the moment for it, you know?
It's gone quick, you know what I mean? My girls grew up faster than anything. You know what I mean? I missed the first day of school, you know, stuff like that because they were in Montana.
Right.
It's just then how far they were, and then the winter, and then their birthdays and everything is in the winter. So when I'd be driving, sometimes I didn't even get to make it, you know what I mean? It's just, you got to cherish everything in the beginning because it's gone quick.
Are you dedicated to continue to living out in Idaho, or have you thought about moving out here or somewhere?
I bought a house in Idaho, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's where I'm at. That's where I've always born and raised. I plan on living there and staying there. Shoot, there's talks of people wanting me to get a condo here or something like that. I'm down to just fly, you know, whenever they need me here, you know. You want me there bad enough, fly me there, you know what I mean? But if not, you know, who knows, you know. You
feel like part of your blow up has been associated with the pandemic? Like somehow you were what the people needed at this moment?
I think the pandemic plays a big part in it, you know what I mean? I don't know about the whole, well, obviously it is what people needed because it happened that way, you know, but I think it was just like a timeout for everybody. Like I said, every interview is just like a timeout for everybody. Just when they seen it, it put them in a place to where they felt happy, you know, for a minute or something, you know. It just gave them that quick little timeout to reflect on life before all this bullshit and before all the negative stuff, you know what I mean? Because everything was just blah, 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 blah. And then the video came out and it was just calm, cool, collective with the perfect song in the background, you know what I mean? It was just awesome.
That's dope, man. I was wondering about monetizing TikTok because they have like a creator program, right, that allows you to make money directly off of your posts on there. Is that a big part of your income at this point?
No,
it's not that great.
No, I did that in the beginning too when I first came out with it. And I looked at it and I was like, hell yeah, I made it. You know what I mean?
Right, because I've heard that people make a shitload of money off that.
Well, I don't know if they do now. I haven't looked at it since I've seen it because like when I seen it, I just started laughing at it. I was like, man, you know, I made more of this at the warehouse. You know what I mean? I was like, but yeah, it was just funny. It was like, well, at least it's still there, you know, and it adds up eventually. But yeah.
Right.
But I guess the more popular you get, it does go up. But then, like I said, I haven't been back to look at it since I seen how, you know, whatever it was. And I was just like, all right, whatever.
Right.
I'll just leave that there for a rainy day or something.
Interesting. Okay. So what is like the best stuff that you have going? Is it the cameos? Is it the merch?
No, cameos, I had to stop because
it's too much.
Basically, it was way too much for too little. People wanted me to do promotions for their companies for $100 and everything. And my manager was getting mad at me. You better knock that off. And I was like, I was like, well, I'm trying to do what you said. You said do cameos. I'm doing cameos. And they're like, well, just put that on hold. But yeah, mainly I'm getting like just promotions, you know, taco trucks, stuff like that. You know, people who want their business out there. And yeah, music people still. If you guys want your music out there, you know, I'll do a little video for you. It's usually creative side on me, you know what I mean? If you don't like the video, then you know, you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Or whatever. Merchandise, I've been getting a lot of money from that. You know, I got new merch on right now and far from the old stuff. So trying to change that up as well. I got my dab pendants out there now.
Oh, so that's your actual product right there. Okay.
I got Dogface on the back, me and this guy.
Oh, nice.
Dab with G on IG. He sent me this one, you know what I mean? Asked me, or he didn't ask me. He was like, I'll put you in a part with it. And I was like, well, I'll help you out too if you want even better, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we kind of just clicked, made things work, and now we got them out, you know. Like I said, we got ones that say Dogface on the back for the imitators, you know, everything. Like I said, it's just crazy.
I like a guy who flexes his wax.
Exactly.
Because we did an interview with Big Body Bess, and he came in here with a package of wax like this, and he's just walking around. He's talking with it in his hand. He's throwing it around, and we're all looking at it like, wow, that is like many thousands of dollars worth of wax. And he was just throwing it around. It looked like macaroni and cheese, like he was planning on eating it or some shit. And it was just, you know, I like that though. Like that's a good look. Like you can do that. But that would be cool if you made like a big ass piece dog face, like a huge chunky fucking necklace, but it was also, you could fill it with wax.
Yeah, that would be insane. Straight up.
That's my idea.
I was gonna say now, yeah. I was gonna say my guy hit me up yesterday, asked me about ideas. I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw that at him now.
See, it's that's one thing that sucks though about TikTok is that. So you got deleted, I assume, the first time because of weed stuff. Were you smoking on there?
No, I was trying to sling my shirts.
Oh,
and they
really?
said 420 soldiers, and they had a big old pot leaf on it.
And TikTok wasn't feeling
that. I did a video
that.
straight up moving with it and everything, and yeah, went out and did another video, the hustle. As soon as I posted that, boom, it came up on the top 2 real quick, and it said something on it.
Right.
But it basically said if you don't click on here within, I think it was a minute, you're gonna be banned. And then it said something again where it came up again, and it said you didn't click on this within some minute, you're banned. And then it just went blank. I was like, what the hell? And it kicked me back to the For You page. Then I tried looking at my whatever, and nope, it was gone.
Was that like an absolutely horrible feeling? Because you'd put in so much work to build up a following and shit.
I tried to act all cool with it, and I was like, I'm good. I was like, I don't care. Watch, I'll go do a video right now. Everybody will see it's me. Follow me right quick, whatever.
Right.
And then I did a video, and I'm sitting there, and my lady's all watching me, and she's like, you said you didn't care. And I was like, I don't. And she's like, well, why you keep looking at your phone and trying to see how many followers you got?
You don't want to care,
Oh, man,
but let's be
yeah.
real. At that point, like that shit's
Yeah.
definitely gonna catch
It
up
was
to you.
insane, but it took me about a month. I think it was about a month and a half where people started noticing who I was and then sharing my other profile,
Right.
and then building it up. But then I didn't realize that it was a 24-hour ban.
Oh.
So yeah, and then so I switched my password, whatever. So then after I did that and had the new account, something messed up to where I couldn't sign up on my old account because I switched the password and everything, and then they
Lord.
brought it back.
Wow.
So now I have my old account it's still active, but I just can't sign in.
Okay.
And I want to try to talk to TikTok to where they can bring
Merge
it back
'em.
to where I can, because I think it was 500 to 600 videos on that.
Right.
And then I
That'd
have
be
no
some
idea.
baller shit right there,
I
getting
have
the
no idea how
merge
many I
done.
have on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy.
That is
You
crazy.
can see it because on the other one, it has it from when I was in a tent all the way
Right.
up to when I got my RV, all the way up to now.
I think it's so interesting hearing you say that, like, you were perfectly happy when you were living in the tent. Like, it's got to be kind of interesting because all of a sudden now you're around people that are doing all this rich shit, whatever, but like, you seem like the kind of guy who's pretty content and happy with not much.
Oh hell yeah, you know what I mean? It's my lady. She met me too when I was in the tent.
Right.
So that I was like thinking when she found out I was in the tent, she was gonna be like, nope. Because that's when we kind of started getting together.
Right.
But she seen me in there. She was like, I never seen nobody living in a tent before, and still working and whatever. Because I still had my sister, my brothers I could move in with. But everybody asked me, but who am I to move in with my little sister? You know what I mean? I'm a big brother. I'm not going to move in with a little sister.
Right.
And then my other brother, he has his family and everything. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go invade your privacy and whatever. So I'll just stay here. I'm good where I'm at. I was, it got cold sometimes, but that's life,
Right.
Like I said, I don't know. It's just simple things in life. I was happy. I was out there with my dog. I was making videos daily. That's why I was making more videos because I was bored as hell, But I was right by the river. It was calm. Sun was out, It was just camp life, you know what I mean? But it was only for 2 months. Then I was still doing wildland firefighting, but I wasn't the firefighter. We do camp crew.
Oh, really?
So I'd go out and do that in the summers. So when the 2 months when I was in the tent, I was in a tent anyway because I was doing the fires, wildland fires. So that's when I got my enough money to get my RV.
Right.
So when I got back off the fires or whatever in November is when I bought my RV, and then that's when I upgraded or whatever.
Right.
And then to me, that was good enough.
Definitely. Do you find it a little overwhelming having a lot more free time and a lot more freedom now? Because like when you have a job and that's taking up 8 hours out of your day, maybe with going there and back, maybe it's 9-10 hours out of the day. It's kind of like, that's a big chunk of your day where you're focused on something that's not really like your existential concerns about your life and shit. Is there any kind of like overwhelming nature to having a lot more freedom and stuff now? And like, how has it changed you fundamentally as a person already?
Just, I don't know. I'm up at the same time and still going to sleep at the same time. Still constantly moving, trying to work, and my house is a mess right now. Still, I got the house. Haven't been able to move anything in because, like I said, I'm constantly working, trying to still just do what I've been doing. I'm not doing it in the warehouse, but I'm still doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what makes me happy is because I'm still moving, you know what I mean? And I'm still actually active working. Everybody keeps telling me, "Oh, what you doing in LA? Oh, you're having fun, this and that."
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm out here working. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's different scenery and everything, but I'm still working.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday I pushed the board for I have no idea. They said it had to be over 20 miles. I don't know. I was going up and down. I don't know this road for hours.
Out
and
here?
hours. Yeah,
You were just skating around?
Yeah, out in the desert area.
Oh, okay.
I was doing that from I think it was 7 in the morning till 8 at night.
What were you doing that for?
For a video that's up and coming.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Well, why'd you have to skate that much for
The video,
the
man.
The
Yeah, we
video
just gotta
like
get the
required
video.
this?
Yeah, no, it was just different edits, different
Oh,
parts,
okay.
different scenes, different everything, you know. And it just called for skate, and then it was just, oh man.
So you're kind of sore right now. You
No,
had a rough
that's what I
day?
thought. I thought I was gonna be, and then the next day, which was yesterday, we did another scene and everything, and it was the same thing, skating all day again.
Right.
But I wasn't sore. I was tripping out about it, so it must be in the flour or something here. But yeah, it's a trip. My legs, I can feel it, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, they're not as bad as I thought they would, you know.
Oh, all the dancing keeps you limber, I guess.
Exactly.
Too, yeah.
38 years old, you know, I'm still pumping.
38. Okay, I just turned 37, so
That's what's up.
Similar category, yeah. You a little worried about 40? Is that intimidating?
No, but yeah, I guess. You know,
It's a weird thing to
I
think
can
about,
feel
right?
it, you know what I
Like-
mean? I can feel it creeping up on me.
Yeah.
And yeah, every morning, like I said, now I'm stretching before I go skate and everything. I'm stretching before every video, you know, because man, that plays a part big time. You know what I mean? It's insane. But yeah,
Definitely.
40's right around the corner, and you know, who knows?
What's it like to be embraced by the skateboarding community? Like, how do you feel like their view of your blow up has been, and how much
I think
do you
it's
care?
awesome. You know what I mean? Because it's cool because I skate, but you know, a lot of skaters they do tricks and everything like that. But I can skate, but I can't really bust out as many tricks as them. But I could do some things, you know, and you know, it's just crazy, you know, being accepted by them and everybody. Really, it's just love all around, you know. And like you said, the dance people, I know they're all like, man, this guy can't dance, but you know, they're still respecting me as, you know, just because I got moves, you know, I guess, you know. It's just awesome all the way around. You know, the skate community has been awesome.
Yeah.
I've been planning on going to Venice again because I went the first time I came out here, but I want to go check it out and just hit up the skate park for a minute.
Venice is a good time.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you gotta be careful in Venice. It's a good
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
but it's
I
a
know-
crazy ass
Oh yeah,
place
as I
too.
said, I know the peoples and everything. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when I went down there, we got hit up by like 100 people at once, just boom. But then it was cool for a minute. But then yeah.
Yeah, it could be a little overwhelming. I'm trying to imagine being Dogface and going to Venice and hanging out at the skate park right now. I'm like, oh my God, it was going to be 800 fucking kids with their phones out
Right.
trying to get a selfie.
Right.
Have you been in that position where you've been too famous for the spot that you are at in your career yet? I guess with COVID, it's not easy to get there because
When I went
there's
to
a lot of
Venice-
places you can
yeah,
pull
when I went
up
to
where it'd be
Venice
too
last
much.
time, I think that was probably the biggest rush I got, and that was probably, like I said, close to about 100 people.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was because of COVID, but they respected the space at the moment, you
Oh,
know,
that's
and
cool.
they came up one at a time, took a picture and whatever. So it was pretty respectable how they came about it, you know.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, I sat there for a good half hour taking pictures with everybody,
Hell yeah.
and then had people come up try to give me money, and I was like, "Yo, you back up," you know. I feel awkward taking money for a pic, you know what I mean?
Right.
A simple pic, you know. And it's like, nah, this ain't no setup thing, you know. Just go ahead if you want a picture or a picture. If you want a picture, take a picture and let's do this. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So in the long term, is there anything that you would like to accomplish? Like, what are your kind of long-term goals? Or, I mean, obviously you're still just kind of dealing with the fact of your life changing so much in the past couple months and shit, but where do you see when you think about the future?
Basically want to get something going with merch still, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, like I just want to get something where I can invest my money to where I know my kids ain't gonna have to worry about money, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know. I know that's something big that's gonna have to happen, you know, later on in the future or whatever, but I hope I catch on to something that does get big like that, you know what I mean? Try to invest my money into something that would get that big, you know, or something like that. As far as work-wise and everything, you know, collabs, you know, Bella Porch, she's booming on TikTok right now. That'd be cool to do something with her. DMX, always looking to do something with DMX. I know he's out there
That could
putting
definitely
himself
happen.
in the scene right now
Oh,
again,
yeah.
so let's do something with that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Burner. Oh yeah, I still got some things going with Burner right now.
What did you do with cookies?
We got merch coming out too as well, but it's a Cookies Dogface merch coming
Oh,
out,
sick.
and I think it's gonna hit big, especially with the native community as well, because the designs, oh my gosh, they blew my mind when I seen them. You know,
Yeah.
Dogface with the C as the cookies, you know,
Right.
the cookie symbol. It's just insane. They got my feathers. We got the cookies emblem on the other side. You know, it just looks dope. It's gonna be insane.
That's
we got
sick.
skateboards over there, Cookie skateboards. You know, just a bunch of things that's coming out cookies based.
Hell yeah.
You know, signed with Sector 9, so we got something coming out with Sector 9.
What's Sector 9?
Longboard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
San
That's
Diego based,
sick.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then Zoomies as well. We're
Really?
gonna be in Zoomies. I believe we're gonna have these going in Zoomies as well. So
Already full?
yeah,
Full of wax?
Yeah.
So they're just going to have wax in the Zoomies?
it's fake.
Oh, it's fake. Even that one's fake?
This one's fake.
Oh, man, you had me going this
He's over
whole
here
time.
thinking-
Yeah, I'm thinking it was real the whole time.
No, yeah, it's all fake.
That's tight.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Fuck these kids. You got to fool them a little bit and get some money out of them in the short
Right.
term, right? Yeah. All right. That's dope, man. Yeah, it was really good to get to connect. I feel like the people out there really appreciate this moment of introspection with the one and only Dogface. So thank you very much for that.
That's what's up.
Anybody you want to thank, shout out, anything like that?
Shout out to Zaniba333, No Face Girl. She knows who she is on TikTok. And yeah,
Amazing. Appreciate you, G. Dogface, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. New On Some Shit merchandise available on there right now, too. Appreciate you guys.